Now, the next thing you should make is some sort of email sequence that someone gets once they sign up for something. All right. Again, a lot of revenue gets missed out on just because you don't have a simple email sequence. So for upper and middle funnel leads, as soon as someone signs up, as soon as they download something, you should have the first email where you give them the thing that you promised. Okay. And then you should have a 4 to 5 email sequence that directs them to the main offer so they maybe book themselves, because the SDR might not reach them with the phone. So you should have an automated email sequence. And then once that sequence ended, you should have a newsletter where you just nurture them forever until they unsubscribe or book. All right. This should be entirely automated. And so that's what you do to increase the chance that they're going to book after they showed interest. So it's not just calling, it's also emails. And again, I've made this entire document with sequences for catch-all, so you can just use this for everything if you don't want to choose. If you have an event follow-up, you can use this sequence, okay? If you have a pricing request, you have this sequence with 5 emails, right? Email 1, call 1, okay? It says you exactly what you should include in which. And these get used by firms like HubSpot, 6sense, Google. We've collected that from them. So these are just templates, right? If you have closed lost opportunities that you want to reactivate, demo requests, warm leads, new account representative, new trial users, if you do software, contact sales, demo requests, follow-ups, right? You have a bunch of templates for a bunch of different things. So you can actually get this document again, first link in the description. Just get it while you're watching, because, you can just copy and paste these. Even if you don't want to listen to the video, that's fine. You can just use these, because if you use these, then you can book a bunch of people without even calling anyone. Okay. If you just make one call within 5 minutes, if they don't pick up, you leave everything else to these email sequences, it's going to work. Okay. So this takes 30 seconds. It's a simple form with 2 fields. So I can send it to your email. So yeah, you can do that. And the reason for having a nurture sequence like that is to, first of all, make the prospect show up and increase the likelihood they're going to close. That's the point of a nurture sequence. And the nurturing starts not once they booked, but before they booked, till they show up. All right. So you have 2 types of nurture sequences. You have ones for leads that need to be booked. So you want to move them to lower funnel. That's essentially your job. Okay. So for upper funnel leads, right? They download the thing, they get email 1 with a lead magnet, and then they get 3 more emails, and then they book a meeting, or they don't. For middle funnel, right? It's the same thing. They get the thing, 4 emails. And for lower funnel, once you booked a meeting, all right? So upper and middle funnel leads, they can both be turned into this. So once they book, you have a booked meeting, you now need to make them show up, pre-handle objections and stuff like that. I'll get into the exact email script in a bit. So you send them an appointment confirmation email, you make a post-booking video that they see once they book, and that will increase the likelihood that they close and make them show up. So that's the nice thing about a sequence. You have these types of leads that just go through this, and once they book, they go through this nurture sequence, and that's the best thing that you can do. All right. The most important email in this whole thing, and this honestly improves like our show up rates from 50 to 95% just from this email. Okay. And I'm talking about the appointment confirmation email. And it needs to do 4 things. All right. It needs to prepare the lead for the call. It needs to show social proof. It needs to confirm that it's a fit, and it needs to make them show up. So those are the 4 goals we have. Okay. And so we call this the authority email, and it has 4 parts to it. All right. So first of all, you tell them how to accept the calendar invitation, because people don't get reminders if they don't accept the calendar invite. So make them accept it, even if you have to show them visually with images, like click yes here. Just make them accept it, because then they get a reminder, which increases the likelihood that they're going to show up. The second thing you do is you link to your social proof page, right, where you have case studies, stuff like that. You link your website or some offer explainer if you have a separate site for that, or a VSL, so a video sales letter if you have something like that they haven't watched before booking, then obviously you can link that. Basically, whatever best shows them what you do, because they need to understand and confirm themselves if it's a fit. A 4th thing, which is optional but very helpful, is if you have a post-booking video. So you have a video, essentially, if someone books themselves, they get redirected to that page automatically, and they see a 2-minute video where you walk through some stuff. if someone books through an SDR, for example, they obviously won't get redirected because they didn't book themselves. But if you link that video in the email and label it as pre-call checklist, like check this video before our call, then you force them to watch. Okay. And so this is how an email like that could look like.